Hi crochet friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stefania and today I realized it's almost Mother's Day. So I thought I would take a look at Ravelry and see if I could find some free patterns for last-minute Mother's Day gifts. If your mom is anything like mine, she's going to absolutely love receiving a handmade gift from you. But of course that gift is even better if it's something that you know that she's going to love. I tried to find a wide variety of patterns to share, so hopefully you find something on this list that catches your interest. Even if you don't end up gifting them to your mom, you can gift them to other people in your life or keep them for yourself. If you like this kind of video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. I make new videos every week, including check-in videos, crochet tutorials, and other craft content. With all of that out of the way, let's head on over to Ravelry and I'll show you the free patterns that I found. The first category of last-minute Mother's Day gifts I'd like to share is self-care items. If your mom is like mine, she works hard every single day. If you want to give her something that encourages her to take a moment for herself, check out these patterns. First off, we have the Sakura Face Scrubbies by Kame Crochet. These flower-shaped face cloths are super cute and fast to make. You can make them in your mom's favorite colors, and make as many as you have the yarn and time for. Whenever she washes her face or takes off her makeup with these scrubbies, she'll think of you. For another face cloth option, check out the Deluxe Facial Scrubby by Helen Shrimpton. These seem a little faster and straightforward to make compared to the Sakura Face Scrubbies, so this pattern would be a great one to try if the flower shape is too intimidating. Along the same theme, we have the Pampering Massage Soap Saver by Tamara Kelly. There are lots of different soap saver patterns on Ravelry, but I chose this one to highlight due to the use of the bumpy texture. This takes your bar of soap from a standard way to get clean to a more luxurious spa-like experience. If you have time to pick some up, it would be great to gift this with a nice bar of soap in a relaxing scent. Once your mom is clean and relaxed, it's not time to stop being pampered. If your mom is a wine mom, consider making her the Wine Glass Lanyard by Ashley Shoemaker. This way, she can carry her wine glass around with her wherever she goes. Now, this is more of a gag gift, but if you think this is something your mom would appreciate, give it a go. Finally, we have the Sea Spray Slippers by Jenna Watson. After a long day, there's nothing better than putting on a comfy pair of slippers and putting your feet up. These slippers have a lovely stitch pattern to them, which is why I included them on this list. But if they're not the style you think your mom would wear, there are plenty of other slipper patterns on Ravelry to explore. Any of these self-care items would be a great standalone gift for your mom. But if you are a fast crocheter, you may be able to assemble a lovely self-care gift basket with some lotion, soap, nail polish, and other personal care items to go with your crocheted makes. The next category of gift idea is decor items. These are quick crochet projects that your mom can put in her home, reminding her of your love every time she sees them. First off, we have Pretty as a Picture frames by Lily of Sugar and Cream. These frames are perfect for one of your baby photos, a picture of you and your mom, or a family portrait. The bright colors add a spark of joy, but of course you can make these in whatever color you think your mom would enjoy. Optionally, you can add a magnet to the back of the frames so you can stick it on your fridge. Next, we have Plant Happy by Vicky Howell. If your mom likes having lots of houseplants around the house, you can make her this plant hanger to add a bit of interest to her plant collection. I chose this plant hanger because it seems pretty easy to make, but still has some interest in the tassel on the bottom. I love this bright teal color used in the example, but can imagine that it would look great in a wide variety of colors. Something that makes for a great gift is a coaster set. I've made one for my mom as a gift previously, and she uses it every day. So I picked a couple different sets to show off next. First, we have these Sunflower Cup Coasters by Erica Townsend. These bright coasters are beautiful, and the different stitches add a nice texture. They will add a sunny touch to the home and hopefully brighten your mom's day every time she uses them. For the music-loving moms out there, next up we have On the Record by Amy Vanderlaar. These coasters are simple to make, and you can use whatever colors of yarn you have on hand. If you know what albums your mom enjoys listening to, you could even look up how those records look and recreate them in coaster form. If you're feeling extra creative and have more time, You could even embroider on more details to better represent the specific record. Either way, these coasters add a fun retro vibe to the home. The next coaster set I wanted to highlight is the Citrus Slice Coaster by Andrea Cretu. This pattern is perfect if you have lots of different colors of yarn. Each coaster being different color is helpful in keeping everyone's drinks in order. And the citrus theme is bright and summery. Whether you have time to just make one coaster or you manage to make the whole set, this is the perfect option to give your mom. The last coaster set I'd like to share are the Simple Heart Coasters by Ling Ryan. As the title suggests, this is a simple pattern to follow, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a big impact. You can make these coasters in whatever colors you have on hand. I think they would look really cool in a variegated yarn as well. The hearts are a perfect way to show your mom just how much you love her. I think it would be a cute idea to make one heart for each person in your family and embroider their names on them. That way, they're not only coasters, but you could use them for place cards for special dinners. The next category of gifts I'd like to share are bookmarks. If your mom is a bookworm, these are great quick makes that you can be sure she'll use and love. You could even consider picking out a book to give alongside the bookmark or include a gift card to her favorite bookstore. The first bookmark I'd like to highlight is the Little Hearts bookmark by Rich Textures Crochet. This two-toned bookmark is a great way to show your mom how much you love her. There are color changes involved in this pattern, but the whole thing is single crochet stitches, so it shouldn't be too difficult to make. If I were to make this bookmark, I would use my favorite color and my mom's favorite color to represent the two of us. Next, we have the Ring Around the Rosy bookmark by Rebecca Ferger. These rose-shaped bookmarks are a beautiful way to give your mom a flower that will last forever. If you follow the meanings of different colors of roses, I would recommend making one in yellow for friendship and joy, pink for elegance and sweetness, peach for sincerity and gratitude, ivory for grace and charm, or just go with whatever your mom's favorite color is. For a mom that's obsessed with books, consider making this bookshelf bookmark by Delilah Crochet. This pattern does have some smaller components, so it may be better suited for a more experienced crocheter. However, I really wanted to include this bookmark on the list because of how adorable it is. I especially love the tiny plant on the shelf. For a bookmark pattern that's a bit more straightforward, we have the Bird Paperclip bookmark by Caterina Bandiera. This tiny bookmark is attached to a paperclip, so you can attach it to the page you're on. If you're not a fan of this style of bookmark, you could also use this pattern to make a keychain, attach it to a clothespin, or even add on a ribbon to make it a different style of bookmark. No matter what you decide, these cute little birds are sure to bring a smile to your mom's face. The final bookmark I wanted to share is the Lil Tea Bag by The Cozy Chipmunk. While this pattern isn't advertised as a bookmark, I think this would be the perfect bookmark for a tea-loving mom. It would be a nice touch to also add on a box of your mom's favorite tea or a nice big mug to this gift. Another popular gift is jewelry. If you don't have the budget or time to go to a jewelry store, these projects may be a good option for your mom. Some of these options do require you to use some jewelry hardware, so if you want to make these projects, hopefully you have some on hand. First off, we have this crochet jewelry frame by Jennifer Hansen. This project is a great way to display earrings and pins. The pattern features both knitting and crochet techniques for a couple simple lace stitches. You can use these stitches to fit any frame you have on hand. Moving on to earring options, here we have these sunflower earrings by Akish Firon. These adorable earrings call for thread weight yarn and earring hooks. If you don't have thread weight yarn on hand, you could try making them with thicker yarn, but be aware that you'll end up with larger flowers. If you have time for multiple projects, these would pair nicely with the sunflower cup coasters I highlighted earlier. Another earring option are these Sub Rosa earrings by Lana Joyce. This is a great project if you and your mom are fans of the granny square look. This pattern calls for a sport weight yarn, so a bit thicker than thread weight. These simple yet elegant earrings are sure to turn heads whenever your mom wears them out. If your mom isn't into earrings, you may consider making her one of the Twisted Chain Bangles by June Gilbank. You will need bangles to crochet around, but this pattern adds a fun twist to a standard jewelry piece. You could make a bangle set all in one color, or make each one a different color for a more varied look. For an extra detail, you could also consider adding beads onto your yarn before you start crocheting. Finally, we have this chain necklace by Maria Isabel. I love the look of this chunky statement piece, and maybe your mom will love it too. Looking through the pattern, it's a pretty straightforward technique that you can adapt to whatever length and colors you want. It does call for the use of a necklace clasp, but if you don't have one on hand, you could make the necklace large enough to fit over the head and just crochet it closed. The last category of crocheted makes I'd like to share with you is appliques. These are components that you can add to other projects or use them as a brooch or pin. I included these patterns on this list because I thought they would be great to add to the front of a handmade card. These are probably the fastest projects on this list, so they are perfect if you don't have a whole lot of time but still want to make your mom a gift. If you have a bigger crochet project in mind but not enough time to finish it, this is also a great way to give something handmade while mentioning inside the card your plans for a larger gift. The first applique I'd like to share with you is the Daffodil Flower by Rosanna Murray. While the pattern shows the flower on a stem, I thought you could make one or a couple of the flowers to attach to a card. This is a great option if your mom loves flowers, as she can display them year-round instead of watching a traditional bouquet wilt. For bonus points, you could even spray the flowers with a floral perfume so they still carry a lovely scent. Another flower applique option is Cherry Blossom by In the Yarn Garden. These flowers are small and delicate, plus they work up in only 4 rounds. I love the way they look in these pink, red, and white colorways, but you can customize them in whatever colors you like. When attaching them to a card, you could either draw or paint on a branch, or even consider finding a small branch outside to glue to the card as well. Moving away from flowers, next we have the Irish for a Day Lucky Clover Pin by Sarah Tragesser. Although this pattern may be more suited for a St. Patrick's Day project, I thought it would be cute to attach one of these 4-leaf clovers to a card with the caption, "I'm so lucky to have you as my mom," or something along those lines. Next up is Butterfly by Nicole Riley. This small applique uses a pipe cleaner for the body and antennas of the butterfly, so you only need to focus on crocheting the wings. The butterfly would go well with some of the flower appliques, or if you don't have a ton of time, you could draw, paint, or even print a picture of flowers to use as the background. It could also be an idea to make the butterfly a brooch or pin so that your mom can take it off the card and wear it as an accessory. The next applique idea I think would make for a cute card is this Strawberry applique by Janet Carrillo. These strawberries are really sweet and would be perfect to put on a card with a caption like, "I love you very much." If your mom has a green thumb, you could consider gifting her this with a live strawberry plant. Or if she's more of a strawberry eater than a strawberry grower, this would be great to give alongside a tasty strawberry shortcake or other fruity dessert. The last pattern I'd like to share are these music note crochet appliques by Tamara Kelly. These music notes are cute and quick to make. I would put them on a card using your or your mom's favorite song lyrics or lyrics that encapsulate your love for her. If you have the time to make a couple of these projects, this card would go well with the on-the-record coasters I highlighted earlier. Or if you don't have much time, you could also include a gift card to wherever she likes to buy her music. No matter what you decide to make for your mom for this Mother's Day, I hope that she appreciates that you took the time to handmake her something special. If you didn't see anything on this list that you think your mom would love, I encourage you to check out Ravelry for thousands of more patterns. To help narrow down the selection, I would recommend adding a filter to limit the yardage or meterage the pattern uses. A smaller length of yarn required means a smaller project and therefore should work up faster. Regardless, I hope that the patterns I selected helped inspire you for different last-minute gifts you can make your mom. If you want to check out any of the patterns I mentioned in this video, I've included a Google Doc in the description below. In that doc, you can find links to each of the patterns. Thanks for watching till the end of the video. If you liked this video, make sure you leave a like. And if you love it, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and turn on post notifications. That way, YouTube will let you know the next time I release a new video. Hopefully, if you've taken the time to make any of these projects to give to your mom or someone else, that they really appreciate the amount of time and effort that it takes. If you're not exactly sure if your mom would love these projects, remember that you can always make a little coupon that's redeemable for a crochet project of their choice. Feel free to put limits on those coupons, of course, so you don't end up with a multi-month project. Leave a comment in the comment section down below what your favorite items on this list were. Or let me know if there's any items that you think I missed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!